As time goes on with the increased accessibility of information thanks to the internet, we are finding out more and more and more about the lies that we have been getting told by different companies, organizations, and even the government itself. But surely they aren't going to lie to us with deceiving marketing and propaganda about our daily diet and everyday nutrition, right? Well, enter the food pyramid. After 8 plus years of living in America, I knew for a fact there was something wrong with the American diet. So I wanted to dive deep into this topic and find out why there are so many fat people in the US and how the overconsumption of certain group of macronutrients is ruining people's lives. You may ask, how was the food pyramid created? Well, in the early 1980s, there was a huge food shortage in Russia and other parts of the world. It was time for America to produce more food and provide for other nations in return for money. America had a deal with Russia to produce more food for them, and as a result, the agricultural industry had to step up their production levels. This meant they had to compromise the level of quality in order to produce more. But because of this deal, they were printing mad money. But as the food shortages were going away, the demand for these grains and all this production was going lower and lower and lower. The grain industry still wanted to maintain their profits. The demand was going less and less and less, and they had to come up with a solution for this matter. Well, if you can't find a solution from the outside, there is a solution inside. So the grain industry decided to attack the meat industry. I'm sure you've seen the ads about low-fat products. Well, it started from those times. There are a bunch of experts demonizing animal fats and meat because it was hurting people's cholesterol levels and giving them heart attacks. Demonizing animal products and fats was a great strategy to increase the demands for grains. The government had to come up with a daily nutrition guide in order to promote the use of grains. And guess what they did? They made the food pyramid. And if you see in the bottom, they had all the grains, the rice, the oats, and it was a massive win for the grain industry. The meat industry tried their best to get some of their market share back, but it was already too late. All the marketing campaigns already had their negative effect on the meat industry. They blamed meat and animal products for causing heart issues and cancer, and the public's opinion was already changing on this matter. The grain industry knew that animal products are their biggest obstacles. They had to make sure to win the battle. Because of the food pyramid, there was an increased demand for grains. Cereal, bread, rice, bakeries were all rising in sales. Processed grains were becoming more and more popular because it was low on fat. But guess what they replaced it with? A lot of sugar. Following the public demand, the schools also had to adapt. They started giving hyper-processed foods to students with no nutritional value. It was processed carbs with a lot of sugar and low in fat. And during my high school times, which was like 5-6 years ago, it was still the same. High quantities of food, but low in quality. We already know the food pyramid is a scam. Because of the huge negative consequences on the public, the government was forced to make a new dietary guideline. After ruining decades of people's diet and health, they brought out My Plate. Now, during my high school days, I remember seeing that My Plate, it was slightly better from the food pyramid. It didn't really promote the use of fats and animal products because it's something that we've been eating for thousands of years, but still there was no emphasis on it and they didn't really care about it. And you already know, vegetable oils are a huge problem in our current diet. They destroy the testosterone of men and they cause a lot of hormonal imbalances. Animal products have been something that we've been eating for thousands of years and we've been sustaining on it because it's high quality, it has a lot of nutrients, and it gives us everything we need. Sure, we can survive on grains, but can we thrive on them? And the answer is no. There is a reason the kings and the royalties of the past used to always prioritize meat and animal products, because it had higher quality and it was way more nutritionally dense. And I want you to guess which group of people had the most amount of grains. The peasants, people who couldn't afford meat. The old governments knew that if people are not hungry and they have food to eat, they're not gonna complain. They found alternatives to give to people which were easier to produce, like grains, like rice, like bread. They could still do their work eating those, and that's about it. But the rich, the kings and the queens, the wealthy, they were mainly focusing on animal products and high quality, nutritionally dense foods. They were mainly focusing on meats, eggs, fruits, vegetables, all these kind of things, healthy fats, healthy oils. And the grains, they may have a little bit, but majority of the grains was by the people. They were eating the grains, the bread, the rice, all this type of things because they were able to survive on it, but it wasn't nutritionally like high quality. From what I have observed, there is a dark future ahead of what we are going to eat for the next couple decades. If you heard about World Economic Forum, they already told you that they want to make huge changes in our diet. They said that animal products are not the best for us. They want to promote more plant-based stuff because it's easier to produce and it's going to hurt the environment less, which is another thing that they're going to promote very soon. We already know that meats and animal products are superior nutritionally and they give us a lot of valuable nutrients that we need, and we can sustain on them for a long time. And we can actually thrive mentally and physically eating these type of foods. But those who are running the world have different plans, so you gotta be ready. Now you may ask, what is the solution? Well, you already know humans have been eating meat and other animal products for hundreds of thousands of years, if not more. And anybody that says it's not good for humans, they are liars. Saturated fats from animal products are absolutely essential for our health. If prepared and cooked the right way with the right kinds of oils, they can be absolutely beneficial. And no, anything ultra processed with crazy chemicals added to it, it's not part of this discussion. No matter if it's vegan products or animal products, if it's ultra processed with a lot of weird chemicals in it, avoid them at all costs. Avoiding refined and processed carbs are going to absolutely save your health. And please avoid these fake meats and these soy products. Avoid all the BS processed grains in quick oats, cereal, white bread. Avoid them at all cost. There was a reason back in the old days, the royalties always had high quality meat and animal products. And the overconsumption of grains was mainly for the poor. Eating grains keeps you full, but the nutritional value isn't really there. There is a reason America keeps producing more soy and corn, because they constantly use it in different food industries, different food markets, and genuinely, it's the worst thing people can eat. It has a negative effect on humans. They keep growing them because it's easy to produce and there's always high demands because of different food markets, and they put all this stuff in our foods. If you go to grocery markets and check different shelves and read the ingredients, there's always corn syrup, soy, vegetable oil, all this kind of stuff. I guarantee you it's in majority of the products. All the food companies or their lobbies in the government, they keep promoting the use of grains or plant-based products to replace meat. They say meat is bad for your health. They say animal fats are bad for your health. And instead they promote fake lab-grown meat, processed grains, or low-fat products that are filled with sugar. I'm sure you're thinking that this modern American diet sounds very similar to the good old peasant food. And you're right, history is repeating itself. So here are some actionable steps that you can take to improve your diet. So first, you gotta be willing to get out of your comfort zone. Start trying new diets and new ways of preparing the food. Personally, for me, I thrive mentally and physically when I'm eating a lot of good protein, good fats from animal products, supplemented with fruits, vegetables, and different type of nuts. Cut out the processed carbohydrates and the foods high in sugar. If you want to learn more about diet and nutrition and you actually want to take it seriously, join our community on Discord. We are going to host a lot of live calls there, and as the community is growing, we are going to help each other to become our best. So click the Discord link in the description and join our community. Drop a like, drop a sub, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.